Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Sunday the 20th, also known as my birthday. Today was a beautiful day outside weather-wise. Temperatures was in the high 40s, but the wind was blowing like all hell. So overnight, had to get up a couple times, let the dogs out, that kind of goes. Went all right. It's just one of those things that their dogs do not have the staying power, I guess, to stay in overnight. They have to go out a couple times. So that was kind of not the most restful night's sleep. Got a handful of stuff done this morning. Headed outside, played the dogs for a while and stuff, and the couple came by to pick up their dogs and had a great little conversation and stuff. They actually ended up buying Bruce a toy, and that was kind of nice. It was one of those things that just, I don't know, a Christmas gift, I guess, whatever. So I got a card also, basically a Christmas card from their dogs. It was kind of cute. So definitely very thankful for the gifts and that. Great people. It's awesome to have time with their dogs and stuff, and to give them that peace of mind to know their dogs are taken care of and dogs are being loved while they're gone. It's definitely something I know I feel greatly relieved when Bruce is with good people and I have to leave him somewhere I can't take him with me. So definitely a great feeling that way. So glad I can pass it on to somebody else. Got back after they got done, came in, got basically a couple of things done. Changed up, went for my run, ended up knocking out a nice little fun slow run. My foot's been really bothering me the last few days, ever since I spent a couple hours on the bike. I think it was Thursday maybe. I don't think it was Thursday. I spent a couple hours on the bike and just literally my foot has been a wreck ever since. It's been getting worse and worse and just insane pressure. And on the run, ironically, the longer I ran, the better I got to feeling. It was really bad in the beginning. Thought, well, I'm going to at least knock out a couple miles because there's a little route I was going to take. And by the time I got down about a mile and a half into it, I was kind of heading back towards the house. I was feeling a little better, so well, let's keep on going. I kind of took off and ran some trails and stuff. I actually ended up running the only single track trail we have. It's actually a mountain bike trail, but I ran it. The only one anywhere within driving distance of me for a normal distance, and that worked out fine. Had Bruce off leash and stuff, having a great time. Ran around the reservoir and that. Got back, had to put him back on leash. When we got back into the roads and stuff near town, just because I don't trust him not to run out in the street. So went ahead, got back home. Like I said, my foot was feeling better the longer I went, and the wind was blowing like crazy. Even though it was nice and warm, it was freezing cold at times. That wind was just whipping. It was so bad. The wind was so hard, you could actually see it when I turned into the wind. My pace was dropping off, and I couldn't hear my headphones. It was ridiculous how windy it was. So got back on the way back towards the house. I was finished up my run. Actually, I was doing what I call my walkout. It's basically allows my body to kind of it's my version of stretching, I guess, lack of a better term. So went ahead, was walking along, came across one of the churches here in town, and they were getting out, and there was one guy who he'd headed towards us, getting his truck and stuff, and he wanted to talk to Bruce, and we kind of chatted a little bit, and he played with Bruce for a little bit, and then said how he had some dogs at home, little Jack Russell type dogs and that, and he said how they basically chase the mice and stuff for him because he burns wood, and when you burn wood, you end up bringing mice and stuff a lot of times in on your firewood because sometimes they'll kind of go dormant in the pile of wood. You pick them up, put them in your arm, you bring the wood in, they warm up, they wake up, they start running around your house. So definitely kind of laughed and joked about that. And as I headed on down past the church, rest of the people, virtually every single person that was in their car yet stopped to want to play with Bruce. It was one of those things you just really have that. I don't know, one of those really cool things. I'm not really a big church person. Like I consider myself more spiritual than I do religious, and I've been to so many churches. I mean, hell, I attended the Mormon church for over a year, literally every Sunday for over a year, and just the people were great and stuff. I just could not agree with everything it said, and I couldn't stand up there and say I believed that in my heart to be true. So, this church right here was just, I mean, the people, like I said, every single one of these people wanted to stop and play with Bruce, and they were all talking about their dogs and different things they had and stuff. And I had that weird thought. I was talking to somebody afterwards that if somebody would come to me and say, "Hey, I got $1,000. I want to give a gift for Christmas to a church. Where would you give this?" And I don't know these people. I don't know their church. I don't know what their beliefs are. None of that. And I would so go give that money to that church because just in that one interaction, I think you can tell a lot by a group of people by how they are around animals and stuff. And the other thing I liked about this church was there was numerous people that you could tell were not family getting in the vehicle that were delivering other people back home and stuff. So they carpooled out, and some of them you could tell weren't able to drive anymore at their age and stuff. And it was just one of those really, it felt like there was a lot of people there who were enjoying themselves, enjoying the time together, not the feeling of obligation to show up and show off at church. So definitely, I don't know, I had this crazy warm feeling go over me after that, and it just, I don't know, it felt good. So went ahead, got on home, had a bunch of other stuff to get done, just general stuff. Ended up going out to the store, took my mom to the store. She wanted to go do some gift shopping for the holidays and that for the little ones around, and found some cool stuff out there that she wanted to try and get. Which one she wanted to get, she could get for them. Hopefully they'll like it. You know how it goes when you got trying to get gifts for little ones. It's hard telling. So from there, ended up heading out and having myself some Chinese food. I've not eaten Chinese in this town for quite some time, and the Chinese restaurant here it's not phenomenal. I would not drive 50 miles for it, but it's in town and it's definitely worth eating every once in a while. So, unfortunately, the one thing I've noticed, the food hasn't fallen off in quality any, but the clientele do not have the business they used to have. And I think part of when they first came in, it was more the novelty, new family, new owners, blah, blah. In the restaurant, it was actually a Chinese restaurant before this, and got bought by these people. I think, unfortunately, the part of the problem is the fact that they have not taken the time to assimilate themselves and learn any English. Like the one lady I heard ask for, "Do you guys have any cottage cheese?" She had a little kid with her, and she's looking for some cottage cheese. And the guy's just like, "Oh, yeah." They didn't even speak, and he walks around and points at the salad bar, and there was the cheese you'd put like on your salad. And she's like, "No," I was looking. She goes, "Just never mind," and walked away. And I thought, how simple is that right there? And these people have been here 3-4 years now. It's been long enough that you could learn the language a little better to know the difference between like your generic fake shredded cheddar cheese and cottage cheese. Completely different things. So it's one of those things I just feel bad sometimes when people choose not to immerse themselves in the environment they live in. And it's one of those things you just kind of lock yourself in your own little restaurant world, and you just kind of deal with your own suppliers and stuff, and you don't really work yourself in. And unfortunately, it's a small enough town and enough, lack of a better term, racist people that have the little bit there. But also this comes in the fact that if I can't communicate with the people I'm trying to do business with as a client, I don't want to, as not a client, as a customer, I don't want to go back there that often, because of the fact that, they haven't quite got the whole understanding of the fact of, like this little things, like when you put your plate down, you've ever played restaurant, played server and stuff, the plate's still in front of you, you don't touch it. Don't, if I'm done with the plate, I put it up to the edge of the table, that's when you can take it. Don't ever reach over top of me to get my glass to refill it. There's just a lot of things. Don't ever touch my fork to take it off the plate, to put it on your nasty dirty table, to take my plate away. So definitely they haven't learned that concept. You would think after a few years you might get some of that in the process, but that's still one of those things. I think it's just that little lack of the quality of service, I think, because the food's fine. The food's better than the other Chinese place here in town, but the other Chinese place here in town gets a lot more business because they have a little bit better, not much better, but they have a little better understanding. And I think a lot of it does a lot more to-go orders, and they don't have buffet. This one here has buffet, and I'm a big fan of buffet when it comes to Chinese, because there's really nothing I want to eat an entire helping of, but I love eating 20 different things. So that was pretty much the just what we talked about that quite a bit in the whole process, just kind of picking it apart. And part of me, I kind of feel like a little bit of a restaurant critic, because I did play restaurant for so many years back in the day, and I don't know, I notice things, just little things and stuff. Like they've got heaters bolted to their wall. It's just, I don't know, they have their steam rice instead of being on the actual table. They have a little plugged in 110 steam rice pot, but it's off on one of the booths. So it's just, I don't know, just a little tiny things that would really change, that could really turn that place around, and they don't seem to have any interest in doing that. So that was pretty much the gist of my night. I got back home, ended up doing run chat, which was always fun. Chatted with some new people on Twitter, and that, ended up doing some text messaging and stuff, and kind of back and forth joking around stuff. And it's always fun to do that. So it's also nice when you meet somebody, like, it's online type stuff, not actual in real life or nothing like that, but you just have that personality where you get their jokes and they get your jokes. And that's always a really good feeling when that happens. So that was pretty much my day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.